Good afternoon, fam. It's your girl, Miss Diva Trucker. I'm coming to you again tonight. Today is Monday, March the 16th, doing another live report from the truck with us dealing with the coronavirus. And I just shut down for tonight. I only have a couple of hours left on my clock for tonight. So I just wanted to come in and chat with you all for a little bit. Hello, 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 hello. Um, y'all, I'm noticing out here, like today, it was a big difference at the truck stops. Today, you noticed that everybody was moving today. So just like a normal week, like it will be empty out throughout the day, everybody was moving today. So like the lines to get fuel was like long. The highways, all you saw was trucks on the highways, things like that. So it's just that we just moving it as quickly as we possibly can. Hello, hello, hello. One of the things I want to tell y'all, it's like my experience with being out here on the truck is different than what y'all may experience at home, because at home you all are dealing with like the news, you're looking at things on TV, you're doing all that. Out here on the road, it's a little bit different, and it's like we're kind of like clueless because drivers don't usually look at the news and know what's going on out here on a day-to-day basis. All we know is our truck, okay? And we're kind of isolated. So the only thing that we do, like today, I didn't hear anything about the coronavirus. I didn't hear nothing about nothing. We're just kind of like moving about our day without any issues or problems. I don't know how it's been at some of the shippers or receivers for you all, but now I'm seeing everybody back out on the road. I can't tell you if prices have increased as of yet because it's still too early to tell. I went and picked up my load today from up in Hershey. I mean, it was no line because I guess it's not a big line for like candy and all that kind of stuff. So just went in there, picked up my paperwork, came out of there and got on the road. So, it's been a pretty like boring day today. Let me see. Is it a good time to become a trucker? Yeah. If you just go with the basic day-to-day stuff, getting in the industry is a good time because you got the spring coming up. You're going to be gone away from home for about, like I tell y'all, 2 months. So right now, it is a good time. Chicago implemented a policy to postpone rent payments and mortgage payments, other cities to follow. And they should, because people have spent so much money on trying to prepare for the unexpected, and rent is right around the corner. Right now it's storming in Los Angeles. Miss Rita, did you get everything straightened out about orientation and all that kind of stuff? I got about 5 people going to orientation next week. I have not heard anything about any changes as far as y'all, if y'all will be going to school or whatever the case may be. As far as right now, everything is still the same. They are saying some people are not showing up to orientation because they're afraid of the virus. Hate to do it, but purchase a stand-up freezer and about $400,000. Well, look, Jesse, let me tell you something. I called my mama today, right? So I called my mama because I'm wondering why I didn't get the list from her to how much experience you need for LTI is 1 year. I asked her, I said, why didn't I get a list from you so I could order your groceries? Because she's 78 years old, right? She's supposed to be in the house. She ain't got no business being out, period, okay? I called her, and I said, where are you at? She said, I'm at the, also of the dead end this morning. I've been having difficulty trying to work. She think out. Okay, I'll make sure that we get it taken care of first thing in the morning. before I start driving, I'll make sure we take care of that. Um, but she was at the grocery store. And I'm like, Mom, what you doing at the grocery store? You know, you need to be in the house. You ain't got no business out there. She said, I come down here to get some paper towels. I said, Lord have mercy. Y'all done sold out the toilet tissue. Now what is you getting paper towels for? For what? I come down here to get some paper towels and some Arizona iced tea. And I was like, for what? I said, Mom, get your behind to that house. Do not come back out that house. And don't let nobody in the house. Go and make your list for your groceries so I can have your groceries ordered for you and sent to the house. You can't tell folks nothing. You can't tell them nothing. Let me see. Florida, am I saying the curfew tomorrow? There was a five cases there so far. So today I haven't heard anything about cases. I haven't heard anything about curfews. I haven't heard anything about anything. All I've been doing is just driving. That's it. So whatever, y'all know is totally different. We live so isolated out here, y'all. We don't pay attention to it. We just don't. We just keep going like we supposed to and do our day-to-day work. But hopefully, if it gets too bad or whatever, I am hoping that they will separate the truck drivers from the general populations. For example, if it got too bad and they are really trying to stop the spread or whatever the case may be, I would like them to implement something like truck stops are just for truck drivers, okay? Because the reason is like, if you need the truck drivers to continually to have be able to supply to continue to be able to supply the medical, food, and everything that we need. The last thing that we need to do is be sick out here and start passing it to each other. Because I don't know about you, but a lot of us can't afford to be taking off 2, 3, 4 weeks for some coronavirus when we need to be out here making money. So what I would do is, for the transportation department, I will only allow truck drivers to be at the truck stops. Like, go get your fuel somewhere else. Go get it at a regular gas station. Go get it whatever. Because I'm like, the only time that I have interaction with the general population is when I'm at the truck stop. And these people are traveling up and down the road like it ain't nothing. Like, they can't potentially be spreading all this kind of stuff. So if you're trying to have precaution and you're trying to limit the spread of the virus, I would, since we live in such a isolated, environment, it's just this truck. Since we live in such an isolated environment, why take the chance on wonder if coronavirus is covered under short-term disability? They are going to implement something. I think it's being passed in the Senate or something right now. They're going to implement something where you're going to probably get paid, but they don't know who's going to get paid. I don't know, that you should be continuing to get a check. And maybe they supposed to reimburse the government. Today, I did hear one story about the airlines. They was going to ask, they want the airline, they're working with the union people right now to ask the airline if they will take everybody that works the airline, if they will take a pay cut, because they cannot afford to pay everybody. And they already said that the CEO of, I think, United or something like that, the CEO of the United has already forfeited his whole entire salary, and he's going to be asking the union to do half of their salary and keep working, because they cannot afford to keep going like this. But And I hope they don't bring that to the trucking industry, because we not working for half the pay and keep working. That ain't even going to go down. Drivers will stop moving the trucks. They will just stop moving the trucks. I mean, because there's money coming in from somewhere. They are making money off of these stores being totally sold out, and having to restock these stores. So if you want us to keep these stores stocked up and make sure that everybody has their food or whatever the case, medical supplies and all that kind of stuff, you're going to have to make sure that drivers get paid. That's a we need a joker surrender. Another thing is, y'all, did y'all see the Dow went down 3,000 points, where they said that, they had to close the stock market for about 15 minutes. Let's see. President Trump has a bill before him to stop interstate traveling, but I'm sure it's meant for cars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should be, if he's going to stop, and if he's going to stop interstate traveling, because the biggest problem I'm seeing right now is like New York, New Jersey, and I feel like it's because they're so heavily populated, and it's such a small place where so many people are, that they're going to have like the most cases, and it could be considered like a hot zone. But if you come out here to like the southern states and things like that, it's not like that. So they're going to have to be able to contain it some way. America literally relies now on us truck drivers. 2 days, no trucks. America is doomed. That's not going to happen. Yeah, but I think they should only allow truck drivers to go from state to state. And I also think that they should implement a from traveling within. He can't stop people from traveling within. If it gets serious enough, they can. They can enforce the military to make sure that people are not leaving the state. Now, you may be able to travel anywhere you want to in the state, but they can stop you. He could call the National Guard. They could set up patrol around the borders, and they will stop you from going in and out the state. Trust me, they will be able to do that if they wanted to. But they are going to have to, either one or two things that they're going to do. Southwest gave up his salary too. But yeah, they are giving up their salary to keep the airline industry. Have y'all, let me ask you this, have you had any problems getting reimbursed? I know they canceled the truck show and things like that. Have you all scheduled any vacations or trips or Airbnbs or whatever the case may be? Have you had any problems getting a refund on any accommodations that you have made over the past like couple of weeks that you're getting ready to do? Have you had any problems doing that? But hopefully, I'm just hoping that in order to protect but he will probably keep the stock options. Yeah. Hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that he will take. Yes, I saw the dog go down this morning at early 15. Yeah, at 15 minutes. I got my money back from I did Rover.com, and I got my money back from that. They sent me Ripley refund. So now I'm just waiting to get reimbursed from RV Share, because I had rented an RV. I also got my money back from my deposit. Waiting on that to come back. Yeah, I do think that people are somewhat, overreacting, but you don't want this to be a case like Italy. You don't, and you can see it how bad it was in China. So you're going to have to do something drastic to stop it from spreading so much to the point where you can't do anything about it. But you gotta, when you're dealing with a virus or whatever the case may be, you gotta take every precaution you can. The airline is not refunding any money just giving flight credit. That's sad. I guess you could take another flight, but I don't know. I'm just kind of holding on paying for anything. The other thing is, that's it. I just hope that, if they plan on doing something like keep the truck drivers separate, like, from the regular general public, because it's just that we can't afford to get sick. Let's see. Dow plunge again, a very bad sign. Dallas County and Tarrant County just order all restaurants. Yeah, I did hear about the restaurants and bars to close to April the 1st. I heard that they're going to have to-go orders if you want to order food. But they've been taking good care of us out here. Like, if you're a truck driver, you wouldn't even know that anything is going on if you don't look at the news. If you don't look at the news and you don't look at TV and you don't get caught up in the hype, you don't, it's just a normal day for us. We get up, we drive, we get something to eat, we fuel up, we stop, go to sleep, and that's it. That's it. But we are really isolated, and we really don't have like a real understanding of what y'all may be dealing with out there in the general public, because all we do is go from shipper to receiver. We don't really deal with anybody else. Um, yeah, Victoria, it's a normal day. If you don't, we're not panicking about anything. We're not, rushing. There's no like hurry up and get there type of thing going on. I mean, people are just getting their loads and going on about their business, getting loaded or whatever the case may be. Um, but there's no change in what we do. We do this every day, all day. So we just go on like business as normal, and it doesn't help us in any kind of way to it doesn't help us in any kind of way to panic anyway. And I think we are in one of the safest environments we could possibly be in, because we have limited access to people. We don't have a lot of access to people. So, we're pretty much okay, as long as they keep having food in case of curfew. And see, that's the thing. If you go home or spend time with your family and all that kind of stuff, but we will be called back to. We will have to come back. You have to come back to work. You would be one of the ones that will have to call. It wouldn't be, I don't think, a restriction on any CDL holder at this point in time. In the case of a curfew nationwide, how truckers are going to get home. These companies need to follow what the did for the restaurants. Set up a $90,000 fund for his employees. Well, as far as the transportation industry, some of these companies was working at a bare minimum anyway. So maybe it will in the Iron Skillet restaurant at the Petro truck stop, Bordertown, New Jersey, is closed. What, in Bordertown, New Jersey? That's like the only little truck stop up that way. Drivers are scrambling and buying food off the shelves. Off the shelves. Buying food off the shelves in the store. Are they still letting the drivers park there at least? If they closing, can they still park there? Now, that's going to be ridiculous. Don't sit up there and take away us not being able to feed ourselves, because we don't have access to just go into the grocery store and all this kind of stuff to get food. So somebody's going to have to be able to provide food for the drivers out here. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous. I do know when I was coming over 76 that the Popeyes was open, Burger King was open, but the pizza place was closed, and Auntie M's was closed. I'm noticing less four-wheelers on the road. That's kind of nice for us. Yeah, but they really need to, like, get out the way, okay? Because they still with that BS. following too closely behind trucks, won't get over, acknowledge the fact that we trying to do our job out here. Why? If things are closed and you not going to work, and you trying to get over this stuff or whatever, limit your access of where you going, unless it's like an emergency. Why are you taking chances to be spreading this stuff, different places? I mean, they're gonna have to do anything, and if we don't take precautions and stay home, they canceled everything. They canceled school. Some people ain't working. Take that chance to be at home, because if you don't, they're gonna do it forcefully. So if you volunteer, and make yourself be home, it'll make it a whole lot easier on us, as far as getting your stuff to the shopping centers and where it needs to be. Uh, about us. Yeah, I wish we had like a. Don't you wish we had a representative that talked directly to the truck drivers and let them know everything that's happening with us, like they are with the general public? You got a mayor in every city. You got people that come on the news and talk to the people in the community and things like that. But not too many people say anything about us out here on the road. It's like we forgot about. Just wake up, do your job, deliver our stuff, and go about your business. We don't have a particular detailed plan on what it is that we need to do or what we should do. Um, and a lot of us don't even understand. A lot of us out here, I'm telling you, a lot of us out here don't even understand the ramifications of what's going on to the general public, unless they're hearing it from their families and things like that. But if you have a driver that is, all they do is get up and drive and do their loads, they don't even understand all this other chaos that's going on the outside world. They don't know why, um, the truck stop at the petrol is closed or whatever, because we just live in our day-to-day life. We don't get caught up in what's going on the outside world. We're kind of like in a world on our own. New Jersey, Connecticut shut down casinos, gyms, theaters, and restaurants except for delivery and takeout. 20 more cases in Houston. So, that right there tell y'all that we need to stop going places. So either we can do it voluntarily, or you could be forced to do it. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to stop all these new cases coming up. So I really don't know. Planet Fitness is still open in Fort Worth, but they are counting the people coming in, and the maximum is 50. The only thing that I noticed at the shippers, when we go, like when I went to Hershey, they was just cleaning. They were just wiping down, cleaning, wearing gloves. And I bring my own pen or whatever the case may be. I sign my paperwork. I get back in my before I get back in my truck, do my little hand sanitizer or whatever with my pen or whatever, and that's it. I go on about my business. So and especially like with the pumps or whatever the case may be, because you just never know. Let me see. I said to Flying J in Utah, the Denny's was closed this morning. When I left, I had to do a double take because I never seen Denny's closed. You're right, and it's getting to a point where you're gonna have to make some accommodations for drivers out here on the road. We don't get to go to Walmart. We don't get to pull up at the local grocery store and buy supplies and things like that. So, one of these things that you're going to have to do is, if you want us to be delivering these loads, if you want to keep us moving, you got to make sure that we have a place to eat, a place to shower, and a place that we can continue on with our daily activities of what we need to do. Because if you're closing down all the restaurants and we don't have the ability to feed ourselves out here, then we go into the house. You got to think about those things. If I was a restaurant, I would just limit it to truck drivers. Limit it to truck drivers, your essential personnel, the essential people that need to be out here on the highway. You don't have to have the truck stop Denny's open to everybody, but you should be able to have these restaurants and things open to your drivers. You don't want people out here not being get their new food or whatever, driving trucks up and down the highway and they ain't ate or did nothing. So it's a little extreme. You closing stuff, you shutting stuff down, or whatever the case may be. But remember, we still out here on the road. Or do anybody care that we still out here on the road? Okay, because obviously people cared enough to remove the hours of service, so you did that so we could just run up and down the highway at your beck and call whenever you want us to do it. But you don't want us to have food, you don't want us to be able to eat not get to go or anything like that. You don't want us to have no food. What we supposed to do, eat chips and dip? I tried. Nobody cares about the drivers. They don't. Nobody said, you know what? We would like to have a meeting for truck drivers. Everybody tune in, whatever the case may be. This is the plan that we have for you all, or whatever. No, we just play it by ear. There's more. There's people on the outside that's at home watching the news and all this kind of stuff, no more than what we do out here. I try to get in touch with my assemblyman in California today on the phone to voice my concerns in regards to the trucking industry. To get answers, they advised me to email them. Ain't that something? You know, we can't get answers. We can't have a question and answering center of what about us? Because nobody addresses it. Anybody, you heard anybody address truck drivers? But we just out here and we just supposed to be delivering loads, taking orders, and just showing up when you want us to. But you closing down restaurants and things like that, so we don't have access to food. Trying to get a hold of government because it's a very low priority. Yeah, we are. That's why if it gets too bad, we'll shut the whole thing down. You're not gonna feed us. They'll stop. They'll shut it down. You're not going to have a place that we can get food. You're not going to address our concerns. You're not going to pay us for being out here and trying to restock these shelves. Shut it down. That's why we as drivers have to be able to unite when it comes to stuff like that. We don't need to be on separate accord. I don't care if you're a company driver, a lease driver, owner operator, somebody with your own authority, we all in this together. Restaurants here in Wisconsin are open. Restaurants here in Wisconsin are wanting people to pick up or deliver. Yeah, that's fine. You know, that's not a problem. If they want us to get to go orders or whatever the case may be, but have something in the stores for us to eat. Yesterday in Kentucky, and the showers was closed. How the showers gonna be closed until Thursday? Like, this is our home, you know what I'm saying? Like, we live out here on the road. How you gonna close the showers? That's just Apple. You know what? If it gets too bad out here, we'll go to the house. I'm telling you, drivers will go home. Thankfully, I was routed to the Utah terminal. I called an Uber and on the Walmart. Don't sanitize and keep those places clean yet. But that's all the time though. It ain't just started. I mean, ever since I've been out here, that's why we got to be able to clean ourselves and sanitize ourselves and use the best precautions that we possibly can. But that don't mean that we just all stop taking a shower. 10 years of the Marine Corps, seen this before with the virus. It's airborne. It can't be stopped. Nature has to take control. Yeah, they saying that once it gets warm, or whatever the case may be, then it will kill out all this kind of stuff. But until that time, let's see. Lovely Girl says, I hate the way drivers are treated. Yeah, people don't too much care about us, they just care about what they can get in the store and make sure that they needs are met. um, Trump was asked about a national curfew in the works, but he didn't want to directly give any answer. Of course not. He ain't finna tell y'all that he finna lock y'all down and y'all ain't gonna go blowing up. He not finna tell y'all that if y'all calling me, I will call y'all back. He's not finna tell y'all that he finna lock y'all down for 2 weeks with no alcohol, no cigarettes, no tobacco, and you can't go out the state. Not right now. He gonna make sure. Not right now. They'd rather let the restaurant sit, collect dust, because he got to get stuff in place. He can't just make he just can't make that decision right away. You got to get prepared for telling folks like that. You can't tell folks that they can't go nowhere for 2 weeks. You're going to have the National Guard in place. You're going to have all the police on duty. You're going to have plenty of security before you tell a whole state that they can't go nowhere. Food trucks will make a killing there you go, Transport King. That could be an option. Have food trucks out there for us. But they're going to have something out there for us. No one cares about truck drivers. We are just here, but we don't mean anything to America. That is exactly what truck drivers should do, is shut down. But yes, we will. We will shut down if it gets too bad out here. If you're talking about taking away our livelihood and it gets to the point where we can't get food and everything's closed up because everybody went home. You went home. See, this is the sense this is the thing that don't make sense. You want to pack up the restaurant and go home, and we still out here, but you still want us to deliver your food. How that work? How y'all do that? How that's supposed to happen? Can somebody explain to us how that works? How do you close the restaurants and still want the truck drivers to deliver food to the stores? How would you like us to? Would you like us to show up and go grocery shopping in the 18-wheeler? Would you? I mean, what we supposed to do? Sit out here and not eat and just deliver the loads? Is that what? That's what's supposed to happen? That's why I say they put no thought in the drivers, none whatsoever. And half these food stops are nasty. Let's see. Nothing more than depopulation program. You think so, Transfer King? They doing this to get rid of some. Look, y'all. Mexico said that they may put up a border so that people in the United States won't come over there. It got to be really bad. It got to be really bad for us to run to Mexico. Huh? Who doing that? Went around this afternoon and it was nuts. No meat except sandwich meat. That's what I got. I mean, in case it get really bad that I can't go in the store and get something to eat, I got, bologna and cheese or whatever the case may be. And then, I'm burnt. I'm working on recaps, y'all. I'm down to like an hour on my clock right now. And I only get like 3 or 4 hours back. So it's like I want to go to the yard and take a day off and wash clothes, but I don't want to go out there into like GP, into general population. I want to be able to keep myself healthy and okay so I can continue to run. Let me see. Ariel says, I love truckers. You guys are the lifeline of America. Please let your congressman and your representative know that, because they don't think so. I hate to go with the virus and us traveling different places. Do you think we should even really be working right now? Because we isolated, yes. Because it could be worse for us if we go home. I would rather be out here working and it's just me and Ripley than to be in a place where it's like all these people, around, and then have to come back out here if something happens. But right now, I mean, we're safe. I feel like we're safe. I don't feel like, we're in any type of danger or situation, or I'm not getting it like y'all are getting it at home. We don't have any reason to panic out here as drivers. We have no reason to. Everything is fine. I mean, we're able to get our food. We're able to take showers. We're able to pick up our loads. So everything's fine. But when you start talking about they're going to be closing the restaurant, showers, and all that kind of stuff at the truck stop, now we got an issue. Now we got a problem that we're going to have to address. I have food storage. I measure, label, chop food for my husband. Meet him on I-70 every chance I get. Cook it instant for himself. Honey, that's what a good wife's supposed to do. You hear me? Let's see. If the American truck drivers stuck together, we would change that. Of course. But they like for us to be confused. They like for us to go at each other. They like for us to argue about simple stuff like an owner operator versus a lease driver versus a company driver versus a local driver versus an OTR driver versus a dedicated driver. See, if we keep talking about stuff like that, we be so confused. We can't really deal with the real issues and how we not getting paid out here and how y'all want us to run and do all these different things and we're not compensated. Sometimes we even make less than minimum wage, but we don't talk about that. We want to talk about, everything else. So long as we stay confused and unknown, then hey, they could treat us how they want to treat us, because we won't come together ourselves. We can't even agree on what an owner operator is. That simple. We can't agree on that. So how we gonna come to the table and negotiate and make some changes, or how we want better for our livelihood out here? How can we do that? We got to first get ourselves together before we go talking to them about anything. Let's see. Arrests are happening, y'all. When you say arrest, what do you mean, Ariel? He's eating chicken and rice. Girl, I'm going to have to meet you on I-70. Where you say you meet your husband at? I'm going to have to meet you I'm on I-79. I'm going to have to reach you on I-70. You cooking chicken and rice and all that kind of stuff. That's what you call a good wife. Bring her for her husband some food. She ain't having him eating no food at no truck stop. Huh, that's what you call teamwork make the dream work. Make sure her husband come home healthy. Out here in Dallas, they said if a restaurant or a bar or a business is open and they shouldn't be, they are going to be fined between $500 and $2,000 a day. Well, you know what, Mom Dukes? They probably gonna chance it, because they probably gonna make 3 times as much, because everybody gonna be there. $500 ain't nothing to pay if you make it $4,000-5,000. Let's see. Ted Turner came on TV saying we need to get rid of 5 billion people. 5 billion, not 5 million. They want to get rid of 5 billion people. I don't know, it's something. But you know who's going to suffer the most? The poor people. The poor people, the people that don't have a savings, the people that are living check to check, the people that went out and panicked, bought, and spent everything that they had to have food and all that kind of stuff in the house, and not saved any money for their bills and everything that they need. The ones that didn't pay their the utilities and all that kind of stuff, those are the ones that's going to really suffer, because it will be no bailout for them. It will be no extra what is it, stimulus plan for them, you know. And if it does come, it's going to be so far down the road, you ain't gonna know. You're gonna have to move out your house. You're gonna have to do all kinds of stuff. The different area showers, it's all kinds of people, journeys, places we go, pick up and drop off, what it's all about. Yep, I'm still taking my showers, y'all. I'm training with different people, mean different germs. Depends. Spray them down with Lysol, Lisa, before they get on the truck. Also, Bill Gates is part of the deception as well. I don't know. I have not paid any attention to the conspiracy theories that people have out here. I have not. I can't even wrap my mind around it, and it's because if you get yourself caught up in all that other stuff, we can't focus and concentrate on what we need to do. I know for myself that I got to provide for my mom and my sons and my family. So my main concern is to, if they're not working or they not able to go into work or whatever, to make sure that all the bills still get paid. I still got some nephews I need to check on. But when you the breadwinner and you providing for a lot of people, I gotta make sure that they good. You know. Let's see. Because they don't have the symptoms and it lives on the surface, right? The inspection station in Kansas City. What about it? Oh, you be at the inspection. Okay, Mark. All right, girl, we ought to come out there and get where the food at. I think it would be best to try to prepare your own food in your truck, because fast food places, that would be good if we could get, baby bird. That would be good if we could get to the store. A lot of times it's hard for us to get to like Walmart and these places so that you can cook your food on a truck. But I started cooking on a truck and stuff like that. But what I started doing as well? I started going to a place called Dyersburg Market, and they have fresh food that's already like packaged, prepared. All you gotta do is put it in the microwave. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's well worth it. My husband is out delivering all over the country. I sent him out with what is a colonial silver to keep his, okay, what is that? Is that something? I heard something that was, what is colonial silver? What that does? I don't know what that does. That's like talking about, take it to a carrier. Covid-19 virus patients were treated with HIV medication. They had a nerve today, y'all, to show somebody had snuck a camera in the hospital where these patients was being taken care of, and they had them on all kinds of ventilation machines and all different kinds of stuff. I saw a man first time I saw a black man in Ohio that was talking about the disease and how he's in the hospital recovering and how he felt and stuff like that. That was the first black man I saw with the coronavirus. I'm trying to pray with my wife and my phone is tripping. I declare the devil is a lie. Let's see. They said that the bottom feeders are using too much of the resources. And y'all, I think they holding out too. I really think that they kind of like holding out on the resources, because if they wanted to, they could have that stuff replaced so fast. But for some reason, I feel like they holding out. They holding out for some reason. They coming up with a plan or something. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like they coming up with a plan before they get these stores and stuff back restocked the way they supposed to be. Because people are just, they're not going to do the right thing. Let's see. TR drivers are around limited number of people, so less risk on the road. That's what the Trucker Dean show says. Yes. So I think that we are in our safest place. We looking at everybody else crazy. Like, you should see me today. Like when I went in to go get something to eat, and I'm like, I got away from people. Like they didn't. I mean, they didn't even like have a clue or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, I'm standing my distance. Don't even. And I'm looking this way because I don't even want to look in your face. You know what I'm saying? Um, That's why they put it in plain sight. Marcy say, stay safe out there, drivers. Order an instant pot. Marcy, I got two of them. Child, if you would look under my bunk bed, you will see a kitchen, okay? I just hadn't been cooking like I used to, but I need to start doing that. Leave your parrot in your truck when you go inside places that might too close to your mouth. I'm on 81 right now in Virginia. Everything's still open. Bleach works good. Yeah, they have bleach and stuff at the. Yeah, that's right. You can use bleach. You know, I mean, we drivers we can still take showers. On operators and over the road drivers that are banned again make power. Yeah, we really need to do that. But like I said, when I first came in this industry, I'm like, where's the representation? It is like representation. What you talking about? Ain't no representation. Not South Dakota flu. GNC carries it. Says it. How it? Oh, that's an actor, ain't it? Tad says it positive. That's Elba is an actor. Let's see. Wasn't there a country offering for $100 to individuals willing to be tested? $4,500 ain't no money to be tested for no coronavirus. Um, and I heard everybody had online church yesterday, huh? How did they collect the tithe money? Do you know? I read an article that what's the name, Clefo Dollar. That man had a cash app so you could cash app your tithes to the church for the service. Who would have thought about it? He got a cash app. Folks out here is spending a last dime to try to buy food for their family, and that man had a cash app so you could tithe him the money. Hey, Miss Eva, I am a school bus driver in Chicago. We were told by our employers to stay home and to file for unemployment. I tried to file by phone Friday, just got through this afternoon. But you know what? Unemployment, ain't gonna, that's like a Band-Aid, That's not going to replace your cost of living. So, people are going to be in a real bad situation, and it's like people don't even care how you going to get your next whatever. Do you know how long unemployment will take? That's going to take a couple of weeks maybe. You at the sidewalk, let's see, it's the 5G something with the waves is causing the air to be contaminated. The covering this up with the COVID-19 is Darnell, you are really on this conspiracy theory. Yeah, Clifford had him a cash app for the tithes. So is y'all church taking up cash app offerings? So what did he do? He stopped like in the middle of the service and say, now we would like to have the cash app offering, if y'all can go ahead and donate through cash app. Wonder how much money he made with that. He ain't say PayPal, because PayPal take out fees, and Cleflo don't want them fees taken out. So he gonna make y'all send y'all money through cash app. So there will be no fees taken out the tithe money. Ain't that something? God needs his money. Lord have mercy. Child, Clefo need that money. He got to pay for them planes and stuff. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You take care of yourself or you take care of anybody else. You don't never put your trust in man. You put your trust in God. God know your heart. Like my mama used to say, when my mama didn't have her tithe money, my mama said, God know my heart. Told these people to they stitch over. This is Marquita. Okay. When it's over, what's your 20? I'm in where am I? I know I'm out of Pennsylvania. So I think I'm in Ohio. I just passed Columbus. I'm like 5 hours from the yard. So I'm headed to the yard. Let me see. Man, my father-in-law had pastor's anniversary and a fellowship yesterday. Everything they had, you can't have no wedding, everything gonna be online. Cuffo was the first church I heard had an ATM machine and check people's tax returns. Child, I love God. Lord knows I do. You know, I love him. I pray to him. I believe that he's a miracle worker. But I don't believe in them. I don't believe in the preachers, honey. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't believe in the preachers. I don't do that. You will never get me. Let's see. Where's the faith when the enemy is busy? Christians got God is collecting money through the coronavirus. Christians gotta be on a point. But the only thing I used to get mad with was like my mom, y'all. My mom gives her 10% faithfully. You know what I'm saying? She don't even play when it comes to that. You know, and I don't try to stop her because that's all she know. That's all she been doing. That's all she know. You know, you can't talk her out of it or whatever the case may be. And I just let her do her thing. But that's just not something I do. I don't do that. And if it's gonna cause me to go to hell because I don't tithe, well, you know, I'll see a lot of y'all there with me. Lot of Mickey Bull. Let's see. Still need his jet. A new G700 coming out. I know that's for real. I'm just waiting. I was like, I know they were disappointed when they told them preachers that church service had to be online. Child, I could see their face right now. How in the world? The first thing they said, how in the world we gonna get our money? Today in Indiana on I-90. I saw a message on the electronic boards. Don't use cash. Use credit cards. Probably the virus spread to. Child, they got that virus spreading through everything. Um, but almost I'm doing my hour, y'all. So live from the trucker seat, and I just want to come to you all. I try to do it on a nightly basis, just to let you know what we're experiencing out here on the road. But other than that, basically it's business as usual, y'all. These drivers out here, we just do our work. We just pick up our load, do it. We so isolated, and we don't interact too much with people, and it is what it is. So you know, all that y'all do on the outside, all that hype and all that kind of stuff, we just kind of stick to ourselves. But you know, we will panic if you start closing the restaurants down. Okay, if they start closing the showers down and they start closing where we're not able to get food out here on the highway, we're gonna shut it down for real. Okay, we are not going to be out here on the road and we can't get food ourselves, and we can't be able to have our basic living needs met out here on the road. We will shut it down for real. Okay. But other than that, y'all, peace, love, joy, and happiness. It's been 52 minutes. And I will try, if I see any updates or anything that's going on, or y'all want to tell me anything, because I got to get my information from you all, because, you know, I had to turn that TV off. I had to turn it off. I had to stop listening to the news. You know, I do like the little funny pictures and stuff. People be putting up the little memes and stuff like that. I get so tickled. It'd be so funny. But other than that, I just can't get caught up in that, because, you know, being out here by yourself and all that kind of stuff, you get to thinking about things, and it's so easily that you could be depressed or whatever the case may be. And we don't need to have that out here. We just need to go on and continue to do what we need to do, handle our business, make sure that y'all are okay, and y'all make sure that we are okay, and we just keep it moving. We come back together and make it happen. All right. Peace, love, joy. Listen, Ripley had a long day, y'all. You know, he been up since 5 o'clock this morning. So, you got anything you want to say, Rip? Anything? He had a long day this morning. I got him up same time that I got up. So we're going to go ahead and get us some rest. And I just want to say I love you. 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 Thank you for rocking out with me. You know what? It really helps me a lot, because we just out here by ourselves. You know, we really don't know a lot about what's going on. So, you know, I look forward to talking to y'all at night and in the morning. Y'all really keep me going, and I really appreciate it. So